There has been a computer virus outbreak. Hello, I'm Carmine Corridor of Underdog Computer and Network Support. Here to talk to you about viruses and malware and what's the difference.
Let's get started. Malware, spyware, viruses, hijackers, junkware, trojans, and worms. What are the differences between these classifications? Well, believe it or not, malware and viruses are not different things, but instead, viruses, spyware, trojans, worms, hijackers are all different types of malware. Malware is a broad term for software that is used to cause malicious harm to a computer. Viruses is a type of malicious software that is meant to replicate and spread like an actual human virus. Because viruses are more popular, especially early on in the computer age, companies concentrated on coming up with antivirus software. It wasn't until recently that other types of malware have shown up and viruses are now a minority. So let's start with a little history. When was the first computer virus? Computer viruses date back all the way to 1949 when John von Neumann, who is known to be the father of cybernetics, wrote an article on the theory of self-reproducing automatas that was published back in 1966. Later, in 1971, Bob Thomas developed an experimental self-replicating program it accessed through ARPANET, the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, and copied to a remote host system within the 10X operating system. Image was displayed that said, "I'm the Creeper, catch me if you can." Later, the first antivirus called the Reaper was created to seek out and delete the Creeper. In 1974, Wabbit was an infectious program developed to make multiple copies of itself on a computer, clogging the system, reducing the performance of the computer. In 1981, a program called Elk Cloner was developed by Richard Skrenta for the Apple II system. This was created to infect Apple DOS 3.3. These programs started to spread through files and folders that are transferred to other computers by floppy disk. In 1883, virus was first coined by Frederick Cohen for the computer programs that are infectious as to have tendency to replicate. But it really wasn't until the mid to late 80s the first antivirus program came out. So now that we know viruses are just a type of malware, the question becomes, what should you use, antivirus or anti-malware? Do they really work? Who do I trust? Well, like the Reaper from 1971, it was specifically designed to detect the creeper and eliminate it. If there was a different type of malware back then, it wouldn't have been able to find and remove it, only the one it was targeted to eliminate. That is similar to how vaccines are made to fight human viruses. So antivirus programs contain many signatures or vaccines of known viruses. The traditional antivirus program used signature-based detection. It's hard to remember the world before the internet, but early on, big names of the time all subscribed to a BBS mailing list where they tracked and detected new malware. They essentially would reverse engineer the virus and come up with a way to stop them. Many of the antivirus programs detected all kinds of malware. They now deploy different scanning techniques in addition to signature-based. There is heuristic, which detects variants of malware. Behavioral-based detection, which looks at the behavior of a program, and if it acts like a virus, it will isolate the program for further diagnostics. There are a lot of antivirus and anti-malware programs out there, and they're not all the same. Some do a better job than others. None claim to be 100%. Over the years, I've seen my fair share of antivirus applications, and when I was starting Underdog, I wanted to make sure that the anti-malware application we deployed can be trusted and is reliable. After careful consideration, we decided to offer WebRoot Secure Anywhere Cloud Antivirus. WebRoot uses machine learning to detect malware. Machine learning is the next level of detection, and WebRoot has been doing it longer than most. If you remember me saying, signature-based detection requires a human to get malware, dissect it, and then come up with an antibody. Machine learning removes the human from the equation, thus making it faster and more precise to create antibodies. To keep your computer safe and your company safe, you need an anti-malware program that deploys machine learning like our cloud-based solutions using WebRoot. Cybersecurity is more important today and will be in the next decade. For more information, call me today, 570-634-5350. Stay tuned for Part 3, Bots, Turning Your Computer into a Zombie. Underdog Computer and Network Support. Never fear, we fix IT here.